Hey Budget Fam, it's Jordan from Jordan Budgets. Today is such an exciting day because this is the very day that we started YouTube. Exactly a year ago, I started this YouTube journey. I started with just a few cash budgeting videos, which is still what my channel primarily is. But if you have been around, you know that I do cash stuffing and budgeting now on this channel. I also talk about making Etsy and YouTube my full-time income because I do that. Also this year, I started homeschooling my oldest son because it was just what he needed to do. I was not set on being a single mom, running a business, and homeschooling, but it's all coming together. So sorry, I just hit the mic. We have a mic, guys. We have a mic. We have a webcam. I'm getting kind of professional over here, but that isn't even the point. The point is today marks 1 year since we've been on YouTube, and I am so excited and so thankful to have started this journey. I'm so excited to have you guys as a part of my budget fam. It's been a whirlwind and it has been amazing. We are at 23,000 subscribers. Who would have thought that would be a thing 1 year in? 1 year in, I hoped to have 1,000 subscribers. That was my goal last year when I started this channel. Of course, I had hopes and plans and dreams of big things that were exciting, but honestly, in my wildest dreams, did not hit the benchmark of like what I've hit. Like I didn't set that as a goal because it was so out there. But I put my heart and soul into my YouTube videos, into you guys. I have really loved everything I've been doing on YouTube and Etsy. And I'm just so thankful that putting my heart out there has brought me to where I am now. I'm so thankful that it has brought me to you guys, and it's just been such an enjoyable ride. So thank you if you have been on this journey with me. If you are new around here, please consider subscribing. We do a lot of cash budgeting and all of the things that I just mentioned. I will say that we do not typically do just sit down videos like this unedited. This is new for my channel. This will also be probably a very long video. If this is not something that interests you, please consider checking out my other videos. You might find them more interesting. This is going to be much more slow paced than normal because typically I am high energy, very focused. It's very edited and it keeps things moving very quickly. This is not that video, okay? So if this doesn't interest you, I completely understand. Go ahead and click out of this video, but please stay subscribed. Please consider subscribing because my other content might be more your vibe and your style. If you are planning on sticking around for this video, thank you. This is not a live, but it is a premiere. So I am in the chat. If you're watching this as it launches, I am here with you live. I'm happy to chat with you in that chat box over to the right or below or wherever the chat box is during a premiere. For me, it's on the right. If it's somewhere different for you, let me know. Let me know where the chat box is for premieres. We are going to be clicking on this video, this little how it's going video, because I did ask, I did ask you guys to leave me questions here for me to answer on this video. So here we are. Did I mention it yet that we have a mic, guys? We have a webcam. I figured out how to cast my screen and the webcam all at the same time. I tried to figure out a lot of things for this. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you will chat with me or just turn this on the TV at some point if you missed the chat and just get to know me a little bit better. So I will say the intention for this is if you've been on this journey with me, I really wanted to answer some of those questions for you guys that you left, anything that's been on your mind or anything you've been wanting to ask. I wanted to answer these as a little let's get to know one another a little bit better. I guess get to know me better. I get to know you better if you are in the chat and we can chat along with it. You know what I'm saying? I can't edit this, guys. So we are going to start with the questions on this video. And if I get more questions after filming this portion, I'm going to come back and we will have another video just like this later tonight. So it's like a whole 1 or 2 hours of Jordan day, basically. So I'm going to start with the questions that have already been asked. I did just upload this video today, so I'm filming this a little bit early from when you're seeing it, but I'm answering everything that I can that has already been asked. I also wanted to say, I have read through and skimmed you guys' questions. I've read all of your kind comments. Thank you so much. I'm probably not going to be calling out names or just general comments. I'm just going to be skimming through for the questions that I've already kind of read through. I do appreciate all of your comments, and I would love to engage in the entire comment, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to try to pull out the questions as I see them. So with that being said, let's jump right into these questions. If you see me skimming and miss your question, it's just because I'm trying to move things along quickly. I'm not skipping you on purpose. Feel free to ask the question again in the chat or somewhere else, and I will try to come back for you. Okay, so let's see. Question for Saturday: what surprised you the most about social media lifestyle? I wouldn't really consider myself having a social media lifestyle because I'm not on Instagram and my family life is not very connected on to the social medias. But I will say what has surprised me about social media the most, as far as like YouTube, because that's the one I'm on, is probably, that's a great question. Surprised me the most about, I don't know that anything has surprised me. I do think that editing and getting up a video and getting up content, it takes more time than I would have expected it to before I really started. I don't want to deter anyone, but I mean, just whenever you have to edit, you have to upload the video to your computer to then edit it to upload it again onto YouTube. And just all of the steps take a lot of time. Didn't really expect that, but it has not been a problem. It's just you learn the more you do it to spread things out to make it all happen. Well, I'm still learning that one, to be honest, but I will say just how long it takes to get from point A to point D or whatever, like it takes longer than I thought. What was your favorite job as a teen or a young person? I used to work at Belk, and I will say that that was my favorite, fast food or department store or whatever, those kinds of teen jobs. Belk is a department store in the South, if you don't know, and I loved Belk, and it was really just that my manager was super sweet, my team was amazing. I think the people that you work with make all the difference in the world, and that was certainly my experience with Belk versus other places I worked. They were all just really nice, and it was a great team. What was your favorite vacation that you've ever gotten to take? Straight vacation, I will have to say it was when my boys were 1 and 3. They were almost 2 and almost 4. I brought them to Disney World, and it was just we went to Disney World for one day. It was honestly a hot mess because they were kind of melting down. I think we were even only there for maybe like 5 hours. We weren't even there the full day. They were so little. But we were at the old Nickelodeon Hotel, which is now called... Somebody help me out. Let's look it up. We have the computer pulled up. We can look this up. Nickelodeon. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to work around my mic. Also, I can't spell. Hotel, Florida. Let's see what we get. It is now called the Holiday Inn Resort Orlando Suites Water Park. So Holiday Inn Water Park in Orlando, Florida. If you look that one up, you can see it's reasonably priced. It has a pool. Oh, I love that I have everything pulled up because I can show you guys what's happening. So it had this really nice pool. The rooms were like this. So my parents stayed in this main room, and I stayed, it also has an arcade. The hotel at that time too it was weird. It was like a big TV show. The seats were motion censored a little bit, but not makes you car sick. I tend to get car sick, so does one of my sons. But the seats would move just a little bit, and say on the ride that you're on with this TV show, say you're underwater, well, the seats would spit out little bubbles and stuff, which was the weirdest thing. But it was the right sensory experience for having little kids. The hotel, honestly, okay, we're going to sum this up by saying this hotel was amazing. They don't have that little sensory ride thing anymore. They took that away. I'm hoping it comes back, but the hotel was perfect for what we needed it. I was super poor at the time, as I have been most of my adult life. And it was perfect though, because we split the costs, like my parents and I split the costs. It has this big like water play area too. Guys, the hotel was like so affordable for all the things that it offered, because it's now just a Holiday Inn. It's not the Nickelodeon Hotel. I wish though I could find, basically it has a little alcove area, alcove. Y'all know I can't talk. In the rooms, so like the kids have a sleeping quarters. See, beautiful, just beautiful. But the kids have a little sleeping quarters basically, and the adults have their own room. You can see it a little bit in this picture. So this room right here has bunk beds. And because my boys were so little, my youngest was still sleeping in my bed anyway. So I slept in like the little kids room, and my parents had the main room. But technically, like, we were just charged for a 1-bedroom, and then it has a little kid spot. I don't know. It was so perfect for what we needed for it. That was a really long, y'all can already see how this video is gonna go, right? But that was my favorite vacation. My kids were the right age. I was like almost completely done with all of my divorce stuff. That's the whole thing. But I was just at such a good place in life, and really just starting to enjoy my kids when they're almost 2 and almost 4, and you're kind of out of the baby stage. I feel like it was all the right things at all the right times. We were supposed to go to Disney again and do a couple of days, not just the 1 day, but it was scheduled for like 3 weeks after the pandemic started. So the pandemic started, and my boys, and like we were set to go. Literally, like, they shut everything down and we were set to go 3 weeks later. So we had to, of course, do away with that trip. And I have just been too poor, then too busy, like, to make all the things happen. I would love to take them to Disney again. And honestly, again, like, if you don't have money for Disney, it was really this hotel, like, especially with little kids. It was this hotel that made it just so much fun. You can spend the whole time here and then spend a couple days shopping or something, and I feel like that would have been enough, not just Disney, right? Okay, so moving on to the next question. Where do you get your patterns for your stickers? Do you use a free site or do you buy the patterns? So I guess I don't want to really share exactly all of the sites I use. I don't use one site, but I will say I do pay for a commercial license to use images, and then I put them on stickers. So you want to look for sites that will let you use commercial or let you buy commercial license. I don't use any free sites or anything that isn't a really good contract. I want to be safe on my end. So I only buy commercial licenses for different kits and different things. So how do you use the program specifically designed? Also, do you use the program? I can't read. Do you use the program specifically designed for your cutter? That is a phase in my process. That's not where I do my designing though. I do a lot of designing in Procreate and Canva. Those are my two favorites. Do you invest? Oh, right. So like I did read this full comment earlier. So it would be nice if I could invest in a cargo trailer or something. It would also be nice if I could put a she shed on the property. So to catch some of you guys up, this has been an ongoing conversation on my videos, because I've been trying to figure out what to do. We are expanding. This business has more than like what this one room can handle, basically. And I'm starting the paper planner line. So I already need more than this one room. And then I'm trying to add even more in. So like the conversation has been like, what do I do now, right? I ended up going with a climate controlled storage unit. I wish I could do a she shed or do some kind of a cargo trailer or something on the property. My problem with some of the trailers that I could bring in is that it would not be air conditioned or anything like that. And where I live currently, the zoning is such that I can't have more than 2 sheds, and there's already a shed on this property. If I weren't renting, because I am renting the house that I'm in right now, and I'm not planning on renting this for forever, maybe for another year or 2. So I don't know. I don't want to ask the landlord to like do away with their shed, and I don't know. I just feel like it's not the right move for that. We will see. I do think that the more I've considered it, I think that the climate controlled storage unit is perfect for what I need it right now. It's only $60 per month. And I think it's going to be just what I need at this moment. And then, of course, as we keep growing and as my needs change, we will come back to that, right? So it's going to be an evolving process and an evolving conversation throughout this next year or two, I'm sure. But for now, I think the best thing I can do is the storage unit. Also, I've continued to look around at offices, and my initial impression was that it was going to be more like $1,000 per month to get an office space. And I will say that's like what's the words I'm looking for? That's a very popular price for this area, but I've been finding things for much cheaper. So I'm going to keep my eye out, just like I did for this house. I don't know, y'all, how long is this video already? Luckily, there's no countdown, it looks like there's no timer for me to see how ridiculously long this is going to be. But what was I saying? Oh, okay. So moving into this house, before I moved into this house, I had my eye on rental properties, on rental houses for a long time. And when this opened up, I jumped right on it because I was ready. I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what was a good price for the area. So I had my eye on rental houses for probably 4 to 6 months before I actually got this rental house and jumped on it and moved. So same with the office space. My eyes are now on the office spaces, and something may open up that's a good deal and I jump right on it, right? So any of this can change at any time. Rental offices are definitely now on my radar, and I don't think it is going to be too long before that is something that is like a reality for me, which is so exciting, right? Isn't that exciting? I'm so pumped for this next year. This first year on YouTube and Etsy has been an amazing journey. The start of starting Etsy was definitely terrifying in its own way, and I feel like it 1000% paid off, and I feel like we are at the same feeling of a spot. Like we are in hopefully the beginning of a lot of growth for this channel, for the Etsy business, for the paper planner line, launching jordanbudgets.com. So I think we are at a really big growth spurt, which is scary. It's that same fear and feelings I had when I first started everything, but I am having the same mindset as when I first started. Like, just jump out there, put your heart out there, see what happens. I believe in me. I believe in you, girl. You can do this. And you guys have given me that same support back. You've believed in me. You've encouraged me. I appreciate you so much for it. And I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens this next year. And I do have my mind set on office spaces, and I think it will happen before we know it. Where was I? Okay, I was down here. That wasn't even your question. What was your question? Have you thought about creating some shorts? Those can help fill on your, fill in the video a day until 100K. I have not thought about shorts, but it's just, so shorts to me feels a lot like Instagram. I haven't gotten on Instagram and committed the same way that I really wanted to, but it's because I don't know a lot about Instagram. I don't feel completely confident. The thing about me is when I dive into something, I'm all in. I do all the research. I'm really committed to whatever idea I have or whatever. So I feel like if I were to start creating shorts for YouTube, it would be a whole different world that I would really want to research shorts and jump into it. And that's not something I've researched. Also, not saying this would happen or happens to others, but my thought is if I were to start throwing in a lot of shorts and people don't like shorts, they might unsubscribe, and it might deter my regular crowd because that's not what you guys are used to getting from me. So I don't know. Let me know your feelings on shorts. I do feel like, though, if I were to do short videos, I would either start TikTok, start doing shorts there, or I would start doing little Instagram stories. Is that what they're called? Because that is the platform where shorts are more popular. I don't know. I know YouTube is trying to push the shorts thing. I just don't think it's the right platform for it. I don't know that it meshes very well as far as keeping your same people happy, right? Okay, Nasiva, always happy to see you. You have been around for forever, girl. Let's see. You said, my question is, what is your purpose for any of your financial goals? I hope that makes sense. So what I'm thinking you mean is your purpose, like what is my why? Like what is my reasoning? My reasoning for all of my financial goals is 1000% my kids. Like did you even have to ask that, Nasiba? I'm sure you already knew the answer to that, but I appreciate you. You are always around to give good questions and to encourage me and to give me something to ramble about, right? But my why is definitely my kids. My why is also, I will say, so the predictable answer that you can get from me, what my why for my financial goals is always my kids. I want to be financially stable for them. I want to be in such a place with with finances and my work lifestyle that if and when I need to step away for health reasons or for whatever for them, then I am in the place where I can get them whatever they need financially. I can be with them and give them my time and my energy. And to me, that's a financial thing because I'm trying to basically grow this to where I'm in a managing position, right? Obviously, I'll still be around on YouTube. I will still be doing stuff. But when it comes to like packaging orders and stuff, I can have that position hired out to where I can be with my boys and be with them. I will say though, while that is my predictable answer, and I don't know if this is a financial goal, but something that really pushes me now isn't even the finances goals of doing everything, but because I want you guys to be financially successful. So I really do a lot of things and I really try to stick with my budget and I try to stay on top of my own life, and I try to succeed because I want you guys to see that you can do it. If I can financially succeed as a single mom who was basically forced out of the public school system for my kids, so now I'm homeschooling, and I have children who have pre-existing conditions. I have an ex-husband who is abusive and completely absent from the picture. Like I am a perfect what is the thing? Like I don't even know, like basically starting from nothing and very stressful background to succeeding and having a business. Like I want to succeed financially because I want to show all of you guys that you need to commit to your goals. You need to commit to your budget. Do what you can to move one step forward. Just keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. And before you know it, you can be towards your financial goals, you can be towards your business goals and all of the things. So I hope that made sense. Of course it was a rant. Let's see. I've watched every video you've made. Debbie girl, I know you have. Thank you for always being around to support. You've done good. Congratulations. My question for you is, how did you start envelope stuffing? Did you start with all your binders or just one? I am new to this stuffing thing. Okay, so I started with one binder. I put some of my bills that I was having a hard time paying, like my rent, because my rent at the time was absolutely my most expensive, like it was way my biggest bill, right? So rent would come around and I wouldn't be ready for it because I would say, oh, I'm going to save my rent in my bank account. I'll just save a little bit each paycheck. And then when rent is due, I'll be ready. That never happened because I would pull from that money in the bank and say, oh, I need to buy this or whatever. And then when it came time to it, I didn't actually pay myself back. So I did pull some of those big things like rent. I wish I could remember what else it was. Probably electric, because electric was another big bill. Rent, electric. I started saving for some goals, like emergency savings. So that's a standard big one. And I didn't really know what that meant. I didn't have my 1 month ahead category yet. But when I first started, I had a general emergency savings. I think one of my first things too was saving for the boys' birthdays, because even though I wasn't going all out or doing friends' birthday parties. I still tend to spend a lot for them on holidays. So Christmas was another one. So that's probably 6, but I had 12 total. I bought one binder and had 12 categories in it. It was a mix of bills, a mix of like emergency or saving for a later date, and a mix of fun stuff. Like I know I had a vacation savings. I don't even know if I ever took that vacation because it was during the pandemic when I really started amping up my emergency stuffings like this, or like my binders. So yeah, I started with one. I want to say like 4 months in, I moved to 3 or 4 binders because that's when I found the full-blown budgeting community on YouTube. But by the time I started those 3 or 4 binders, I was ready for it. Like I was really on, I had the right mindset for it. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember how many binders I had when I first started YouTube. I think it was 2, but I honestly don't know. Let's see, what else is there? I'm going to skim through these. You guys tell me in the comments if you're catching me live, how you guys are doing. I would love to catch up on how your Saturday is going. I'm filming this a little bit early, so I hope the weather is nice and we're all able to get outside some today because I like to catch up with family members on Saturday. Like I'll go to my parents' house or we will go somewhere where we're going to meet up with family and hang out with them a little bit. Okay, so next question is somewhere. You guys are so sweet. Y'all always leave the sweetest comments. You're doing. Let's see. Congrats. I agree that kids should stay private. Yeah, I did go on a bit of a rant about kids. kids and their privacy on this question video. I wanted to start a channel, but I worry about, watch me butcher this word, anonymity. Did I get it right? I think I got it right the first time. Okay, I worry about anonymity. It's my biggest fear. My goal was to start by the end of the year, and I enjoy watching everyone else's page. Okay, so the thing is, Nori, I don't know if you're talking about starting a cash budgeting channel, but the thing I love about the cash budgeting community is you can easily start this and keep your anonymity. Like you could use your middle name or a different name if you don't want your actual name to be out there. You can change your channel name. Also, you don't really have to put you don't have to put the same picture that's on your Facebook profile, for example. You can put a picture that is not as easily recognized. So I will say, again, coming out of the background that I wanted to stay super anonymous when I first started this. And if you look at my profile picture, actually, even now, it's very, hold on, let's just go to my profile picture. You guys probably, yes, YouTube, please. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I talk to my computer all the time. I'm not used to you guys being here. So if you see, I don't know if you guys can see, y'all can see that, right? I mean, you're not going to see me walking down the street and recognize me, right? And that's not that picture is not somewhere else. So I started YouTube. That's the first picture I used. I started YouTube thinking, I'll have 10 followers. No one's ever going to find me. So there are ways to keep yourself anonymous. I wouldn't worry about that. I would say don't share with people around you if you want to stay anonymous. My family, who I'm very close to, none of them had a clue I had a YouTube channel until I was right at the 1,000 subscriber mark. And the only reason they found out is because I feel like we were either going on vacation or they were coming over for something. And I wanted to explain, I think they were coming over for something, or one of them came in my room. And back then, my desk that I currently use was in my bedroom, and I had camera equipment out, and you'll see where I'm going with this. I wanted them to be very clear that I was doing a budgeting thing on YouTube with the desk and not the camera set up for something else. I don't know, at some point I kind of outed myself because I wanted it to be very clear what was happening. Plus, I was almost at the 1,000 subscriber mark anyway, and that was kind of the point where I said to myself, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will let my close family know that I'm on YouTube, because I would then start getting like this little side check, hopefully. That was my thinking back then. So my own family, who I talk to constantly, who I text with every single day, had no idea I had a channel for the first like 2 or 3 months that I had it. And even now, there are so many people that I hang out with that have no idea what I do. They'll ask me what I do, and I'm like, oh, I'm on YouTube and Etsy. And then we just continue on the conversation. Only my friends that ask me, like, okay, but what does that mean? I'll tell them it's not a secret. This is my full-time job at this point, right? But unless it's your full-time job, like, nobody in your life has to know. You can have your own secrets. You don't have to out yourself to anybody that you don't want to out yourself to. Like, if you're doing YouTube as your own hobby and your own thing, and you don't want anybody else to be involved with that, they don't have to be involved with it. So I will say, don't worry about that. If you want to do it, you can keep it a secret from the people in your everyday life, especially cash budgeting. I don't think it's such a weird thing to say that you want to keep some separation. You don't want everybody and their mother in your town knowing that you're cash budgeting online and you have all this money and you're safe or whatever, right? That's completely normal. Also, if you are worried about people online connecting you to your real life, then use a different name, use a different picture. It doesn't, especially cash budgeting. Now, I will say there are some things that you have to put your face out there. There are some like content ideas where that has to happen. Cash budgeting is not one of those things. Planning, you could do grocery hauls without it. Like, there's plenty of ideas if it is something that you enjoy, that you don't have to share who you are in your regular life, right? So that's my thoughts on that. If anybody has anything to add for Nuri, then please share it. But I mean, I wouldn't let it hold you back if that's your only fear. Everybody's saying congrats. Thank you so much. Let's see. So I have an Etsy shop for about 6 months now. Any tips on gaining more sales? I'm not trying to go full time, but I would like to see a little bit of an increase in sales. Any tips for me? Okay, it's hard to say without having all of your shop information here. And keep in mind, I'm only been on it for a year. I think something that has definitely helped me though is this YouTube community. I have been able to very easily share all of my products because of YouTube. And then you guys are all amazing and you go support me and you share with your friends my shop and stuff. So I will say, if you have an Etsy shop and you don't have a YouTube, then you need to get YouTube or get Instagram or get TikTok, get some kind of social media to share your product and find your little group, right? Find your peoples who will be interested in what you're selling. Also, I don't know how many listings you have, but I do think listings help. So getting up more and more listings, I think that Etsy prioritizes you a bit if you do that. Let's see. Anybody know what time I started this thing? I don't think it tells me. Sorry, trying to. I've got a dual screen set up so I can see myself and the screen over here, and then I'm using this screen. So if you see me looking over there, that is what's happening. I'm just going to keep going. We'll see how long this gets. What is your motivation for wanting to create a planner? If I think of more questions, I'll come back. Budgeting like a girl. Thank you. Great question. She's been all over my comment section lately. I'm so happy to have you in the budget community. Budgeting like a girl. I just subscribed to you earlier today, and I'm excited to check out your content. But what was your motivation for wanting to create a planner? Okay, so funny story. I actually wanted to create a planner before I even started this YouTube channel, and I was thinking like I wanted to be a part of the budget community, but I wasn't planning on having like a budget shop. My goal from day one has been to have a planner. I've wanted to have a planner line for years. And so it's so funny to me that the budgeting stuff all picked up and I absolutely love it, but the planner stuff just never like started rolling the way I wanted it to. And that was the goal from day one. Like that was the original goal. I got a little ADHD, a little sidetracked as I do, but my motivation for creating a planner, I don't know. I just love planners. I do have some ideas that I think are a little bit different than what we can currently get. I also really want to create an affordable line that's not like a $60 planner. Lord help me when we start trying to create this stuff, because watch prices surprise me. But my intention is to create the planner line that has some things that I've been wanting that I haven't seen, and to make it affordable. Now, it's not going to be $5. It's not going to be, like that affordable, because I do have some really big goals with it, but it's not going to be a $60 planner. So my motivation was really to create an affordable planner that has some things that I've seen, or I think have been lacking with the planners thus far. That sounds very like high and mighty of me, doesn't it? Like there are so many planner options. Let's be real. There's so many planner options out there these days that you can find a lot of what you want. I just really want a line that is affordable, that has some different things that I think would be awesome. So it's just something I wanted to do. Without limits budgets. Hey girl. So extras for an extra side income, and for those of us who are Jordan fans, have you ever thought about doing Patreon? Yes. Okay. So Erin Lynn, Without Limits Budgets, thank you for asking this question. So I'm not planning on doing a Patreon, but I am planning on doing something sort of similar with jordanbudgets.com, where there will be a membership side. I'm thinking there will be lives that happen, which is hence me buying the microphone and getting this set up. So this is sort of like a test run for me, but I think I would like to do lives on that, like through that platform. And I don't think I'll do Patreon, just because they do take a cut, and because I'm already building a website, like why not have it on my own website, and then Patreon isn't taking all of that money, basically. So yes, that is in the works. It's something that should launch. I hate to give dates. I'm not even going to give a date. It is something that should launch though. And I think what it's going to contain is lives. Like every week there will be a 1 hour live. And if you missed a live, you can still catch up on it and watch it at your own convenience. I think that's what's going to happen. If you have any ideas or anything you would like to see on a members only side of the website, doing Kung Fu, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts and hear what you would like to have included. But I think for simplicity's sake, I would love to have lives where it's just with those of you that are paying to get those lives. And I don't know that I would do like a separate, I know a lot of people do Patreon and they like send out monthly things, or like, I don't know, I don't want to overwhelm myself because I am already doing a lot. So I think what it would include is, for a set price, you would just get a live every single week. We will see though, but something similar to Patreon is definitely in the works, and I would appreciate all of you who want to be a part of that, but we will talk about that more as it comes. Just curious about what your favorite thing to budget save for is. Vacation. That one is so easy for me. Vacation. I don't even think I'm saving for a vacation right now, but I love taking vacations with my kids. Actually, I'll take that back. I'm saving for day trips right now to go to Florida and Alabama, to some different places there for me and the boys. And that's easily my favorite thing to budget for, especially as they're getting older. I'm so excited to start budgeting more for vacations and trips with them, because I absolutely love stuff like that. So easiest thing to save for is things that are highly motivating. So like if you're a bag person, if you're somebody that likes nice purses, it's probably really easy for you to budget and save and make space for like the nice bag or whatever. For me, it's trips and fun things with the kids. Let's see, what else is there? I'm going to go for a few more questions, guys, and then I think we will just come back later. Okay, I was going to skim down, but then I'll lose my place. Will your planner be a partial budget planner as well as a regular planner? Yes. There should be options that launch though, but we'll talk about it more. We should. Okay, so as Caitlin gets trained on all of the Etsy packaging and stuff, the planner stuff should start launching and coming pretty quickly, because I do plan on using a local print shop for a lot of my needs. And the things that I need that would be coming from overseas, I've already gotten them. So I'm not saying it's going to be like this week quick or even this month quick, but like once the ball starts rolling on the planner stuff, it should happen very quickly. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm going to say let's see a lot. I'm used to being able to edit my videos, and so I'll just kind of talk to myself for a second and then like come back, but you guys are with me. Here we are. My question is, when you started YouTube a year ago, did you think you would have as many people following you as you do? Absolutely not. I had zero ideas. I think I said this earlier. I really thought my goal for the 1 year mark was to have 1,000 subscribers. That was my goal. That was my hope. And I was kind of thinking I would spend a lot of time on this planner line, right? My original goal. And I was like, if I have 1,000 subscribers, like I'll probably have a few friends, a few like people in the budget fam that would be interested in a planner. And like I might sell a few planners because I'm enjoying the budget community too, right? That was as strategic as my mind was, or like as far out as I thought. I wanted 1,000 subscribers by 1 year, and we are at 23,000 subscribers. Like mind blown, right? Just a question for you. Would you like to make $100 savings challenge box? I would absolutely love to. Here is my thing. If you want to talk a little bit about strategy and making money on Etsy, right? While I would love to make $100 savings challenge box, like I would enjoy the process of it, it would take me so long to make one of those. And I have basically tried to streamline the shop to get away from making custom things. Like I no longer laminate envelopes like I used to. When we started the shop, my most popular item was laminated pouches, right? That I was making basically from cardstock and scratch. I had a really great system. I feel like those were an amazing product, but they took up so much time, just like the $100 savings challenge box, which I'm thinking you mean like where it has all the different envelopes and it's a little box. I would love to sell those because I love that those are handmade. I absolutely adore all the shops that sell them. But from a business standpoint, if I'm looking at expanding, that takes so much time. And yeah, you do make a lot of money per box, but I was just looking for, I want to have more and more products. I want things I can send to the print shop and then like, and you know, I want more. So that's not something that's going to be on my radar just because it does take so much time. I'm trying to move away from things that take so much time from me. I want to design it, have it printed or created, and then be able to get it to you guys for cheaper prices. Because like with those boxes too, the person has to charge a lot because they put so much time into it. I like to create ideas like the 100 envelope savings challenge where it's just like the physical card, because that's so cheap for you guys to buy and fill in. And I feel like you get somewhat similar of like the same rush, right? To create it and do it that way. Did that make sense? But no, unfortunately, I won't be selling challenge boxes like that, at least not anytime soon. Like unless I come up with a streamlined process of doing that, that may happen. It's not on my radar. I do think there are so many sellers who are doing that kind of thing and they do amazing with it. So I kind of want to leave that to them and let them keep doing what they're doing such a good job with, right? Let's see what else. Oh, Nasiba, you are so right. So Nasiba said, can you create a playlist for your questions and answers? She wants to find the 20K question answer, but can't find it. I'm going to do that today. So I will go ahead and create a playlist so you can listen to any of my Q&As, because I do tend to answer any question under the sun that you guys have. And I think that's a great idea. Thank you, Nasiba. I'm wanting to start budget videos, but I'm very shy. So I'm very shy doing that. So I was wondering if you have any tips. So Tammy, my tip is to just start. Just do it. I won't say I'm very shy, but I also won't say that I'm extremely extroverted like all the time. I'm someone very in between. Like I enjoy being reserved, but I also enjoy being loud and sharing. So I will say, as far as turning on the camera though, so shy and awkward. Like you can go back. Okay, go back to my old videos and play my very first video. And it's like, hi, I'm Jordan. This is my budget. My budget was like $2,000 a month too, guys. Like, I mean, like so much has changed this year. I'm not going to laugh at like my budget because I was working hard for that $2,000, but I'm just saying where I was at that point in life was just very, I was shy about all of it. Let me backpedal because that was a weird thing to say, but I had a $2,000 budget. I think most of it at the time was child support, and I was also shy about being on the camera. So the mix of all of the things, like being shy about the fact that I at that time I was making very little money. And the only thing that was keeping me going was also child support. That made me feel very shy and uncomfortable, okay? Like, it just made me feel really weird about my life and who I was. I just was very insecure about it. And then to turn on the camera. But I did it anyway. I put myself out there anyway. And I think the reason my channel has succeeded is because you guys relate to me. You relate to being shy about your low income. You relate to being awkward and ADHD and spazzy and all of the things. I think that my awkwardness and my shyness and my insecurities, I think that you guys have really found it refreshing to have me just putting it all out there. So I think if you're shy and you're having a hard time with it, I would say just do it anyway, because you are going to find people who relate to you. You are going to find people who encourage you. And I will say, with just doing it, you will get more comfortable over time. So go back to my first videos and you can see even after, say, like video 1 by video 5, I still wasn't monetized by video 5. My life was no different by video 5, but you can see just over time my level of comfortability, it grew. And so you can see that happen in my videos. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get with it, the less awkward and shy you're going to feel about it. So tip 1 is just do it. Also, if you are just feeling super shy and you can't get past it, film a video, record it, edit it, and then you don't have to upload it. Okay? Just go through that process. And then the next time you do it, you can know, oh, like when I said things that way, that sounded really weird. Or when I was editing, I noticed that my camera was too close, so I need to raise it. You can go through the process of things before actually uploading it. I think I made 2 videos before I uploaded my first video. And I think it helped me just get comfortable because I knew what to expect seeing myself. And I'm not going to say it made my first video like stellar or anything, but it made me feel more comfortable, which I think is important. How many more of these do we have time for? Oh, we almost have made it. Oh no, there's more. Okay, so let's go back up here and see. Did I miss anybody? I don't want to accidentally have skipped a question and then whoever's question that is be like, dang it. I was next and then she moved. Okay, I was here. I found it. Is YouTube possible to do with just your iPhone 12 with editing and posting, or do you prefer a desktop with a laptop or tablet? Okay, so I can only answer for my experience, and my experience is that my phone is really old. I don't even think I have it by me, but my phone is very old and small, so I never used it. But I think plenty of people do. Like, you don't need a full setup. You don't need a full camera. I just happen to have had one laying around. I think an iPhone 12 is great. As far as I've heard, the picture and the sound and everything is amazing. I know a lot of people use it. I think a lot of people also edit on it. Me personally, I would have to edit on the computer because I can't be doing that. I'm just too old, I think, to deal with the phone editing. But I know people do it. So like if that is the only thing you have, I say go for it. I edit my videos so much though, so if I was using a phone to record, I would film with the phone. I would then send the footage to my computer so that I could edit on my computer. I definitely prefer editing on the computer. But if you only have a phone, do it with the phone. I think people do it for sure. And the iPhone 12 has a great camera, so you would be perfectly fine. But what I personally would do is I would film on the phone and then send it to my computer to edit and upload from there. She has cash in plan, says, thanks for the shout out, Jordan. Of course, Ureli, I absolutely love you. Happy to see you here. If you guys are unfamiliar with Ureli, she started on the same exact day I did a year ago. So a year ago today, she started YouTube. So please go check her out. I absolutely adore her. She was she was the first person to purchase from my shop. So I've mentioned that twice now. That's not the only thing I love about her. I just mentioned that because she's always hit me as the person who is ready to support everybody. She's not only done that with my shop, but she's done that with many people in the budget community. She's just that kind. She's a very sweet person, and her son is 10 months old. I didn't know that in the last video. Time has escaped me. I swear I thought he was like 5 or 6 months old, but he is 10 months old now. So she has her first baby, and she's just the sweetest, and I love her cash stuffings too. Okay, two more questions, and then we are going to stop this for now, and there will be another question and answer video tonight. So keep an eye out for that. In that video, I will go through and we will answer more of these questions that we missed and more of the questions that come up after this. Like, we will film tomorrow night. So anyway, yeah, let's not do all that gymnastics. Okay, 2 more questions, and then I'll see you guys later tonight. What do you use to edit your videos? I use Premiere Rush. So it's an Adobe platform, and it's Premiere, I think it's Premiere Rush. It's definitely something Rush, but Premiere Rush from Adobe, it's not their full editing suite. It's so much easier to use, which is the reason I use it. I have gotten very comfortable with Rush though, so I think I will be upgrading to Adobe's full editing software, which just has some more features, but I haven't done that yet. Question, how or what do you do for self-care or me time? Melissa, what does that look like, me time? I have been so busy with work lately that I can't say that I do a lot. I do, okay, what's the love languages? So I am going to just click on this first thing. I heard this thing this time. This is love languages for kids, but you guys will get the gist of what I'm thinking. I heard at some point somebody say that how do I phrase this? What you need for self-care. Things that you need for self-care for yourself correlate with whatever your love language is. Now, I didn't do a lot of research on this. It's just something that stuck in my head and it seems logical, so I've run with it in my brain, right? But whatever your love language is the kind of me time you need. So like if gifts is your love language, then your me time would be like shopping or, going out and getting yourself something, if that is your love language. So if your love language is touch, if your love language is physical touch, then the kind of me time that you might need is you might want to go get a massage, or you might want to paint your nails, or like take care of your appearance, right? So depending on what your love language is, that correlates with the kind of me time or like self-care you need, because not all of us can relate to, like, for example, getting a massage or getting my hair done or something is not, like, physical touch is not my biggest love language. So those things feel like another chore to me, right? To me, it's like going to get my hair done. It's like, oh geez, which I need to do, by the way. But going to do something like that feels like something else that I have to check off my list. Getting a massage, it's like, it feels nice, but like, who has time for that, right? Sorry, that's my chair popping. Whereas other people might think of a massage and they'd be like, oh, that is exactly what I need this week, So saying all of that to say, my love language, one of my top ones is words of affirmation. And I feel like because I get that from you guys, I get that from my YouTube videos, it is a recharge for me. It speaks to my love language that you guys are so nice, right? So I will say, if somebody's thinking of, what do you do for self-care? I don't know that I do anything that like hits the list of self-care, but I do feel like words of affirmation, I get that constantly from you guys in the comments and just in the nature of making YouTube videos. And then also on Etsy when you guys leave 5-star reviews, like I'm getting words of affirmation all the time. So that feels like my self-care, right? My other big love language is quality time. So I enjoy my children, obviously. Like I enjoy getting quality time with them. But then if we're talking about like me, what is my recharge? Quality time with myself really just looks like playing with my plans or like playing with my planners, playing with my journals, mapping out business goals. So again, it's not something you would think of as self-care, but for me, it's exactly what I need because that's like quality time with myself, right? Mapping out what future me wants to like the goals that future me has or what kind of house future me wants to have, right? So like quality time with myself is like planners and that kind of thing. So like gifts is not a big love language for me. So it's not something that I do for self-care. What else was I going to say? Quality time. Oh, the other thing I will say, if I'm just completely wiped out, I do tend to watch like a series on the TV at nighttime. It's like midnight right now. So if I was wiped out and I needed some me time, then I would not be doing this right now. I would be in there just kind of laying around and watching TV. Does that count as self-care? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's good for all of us, no matter what your love language is. I think it's good for all of us just to kind of unplug and stop thinking sometimes. So, let me just answer this question actually. Last question, because I get it a lot. What type of printers do you use? So I use the HP Instant Ink 6978. So I use HP Instant Ink, or it's HP OfficeJet printers. 6978 is the numbers that come after them. I absolutely love HP Instant Ink. I don't know that I could, sorry, my voice is starting to get crackly and I did not bring water, so I learned my lesson. But I don't like any kind of a printer that is not on the Instant Ink. So I do use inkjet. I don't use laser, though I think Instant Ink, or I think HP has now launched a laser printer version of the Instant Ink where they're basically sending you all of the things you need to keep your laser printer going. Do you guys know about Instant Ink? So Instant Ink is basically, with HP, you pay a set amount for a set amount of pages. I think one of my printers, I get 1,500 pages per month for like $50 or something like that. And then however much ink I need, they just send it to me. So I'm not charged per ink, I'm charged per pages. And the more like bulk amount of pages you buy per month, the cheaper it is for you. That sentence was a lot. So anyway, I get that question a lot. I absolutely love those printers, and I love inkjet and the HP Instant Ink. So that is it for this very first, we're going to call it live, though it's not really live. You know what I'm saying? For this first setup. I will catch you guys again later. Again, thank you so much if you have been a part of the YouTube budget fam here for this first year on YouTube. I am so excited to make plans for the next year and just see where that takes us, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I will see you again later today, and we will continue to answer questions, and I will be back to chat in the chat bar for that video as well. So that's it for now. See you guys again soon. Bye-bye.